Way here in this Liberty League men's basketball contest between the Bard Raptors and the St. Lawrence Saints. Once again, Bard coming in at 6-3 overall, 2-0 in the Liberty League. St. Lawrence 5-5 and 2-1. So Matt, as you mentioned, 4 players in double figures for Bard. We have a little contrast in styles here. I think Bard's really a run and gun offense. They've played like that the last 2 years that I've seen them play, really looking to move the ball up the floor, shoot early in the shot clock, try and get those transition points. And St. Lawrence is a grinded out defense. They're only allowing 74.8 points per game, a little higher probably than Coach Chris Down wants, averaging 71 points themselves. So we'll probably see that contrast in styles play out here in this evening's contest.
And both teams shooting the ball very well so far this year. St. Lawrence 43% from the floor, Bard 46 from the floor. So it'll be interesting to see how those two styles of play come out here today. We saw an entertaining first game. St. Lawrence women won. We'll see how the men can do here.
And St. Lawrence gets off to a fast start. Ben Crawford made a great cut to the basket, and Luke Hicks found him for the easy 2. And here's Rue, the leading scorer for the Raptors, misses his first shot of the game. And Arnold brings it up for the floor for the Saints. Saints also still a young team. Luke Hicks, a starting first year. Certainly Ben Crawford and Riley Niclario with a lot of experience for the Saints. Niclario, a graduate student, and Crawford, a senior. Now here's Hicks, out for Arnold. Top of the key three-pointer, front rim and out. Picked up by Justin Rogers. Here's David Runcie. And back for Elijah Rue. Niclario got a hand on that pass. He'll pick up the steal, and now the Saints bring the ball back up the floor. Niclario on the wing. Up and good. 2 field goals, 2 assists for Luke Hicks. And Riley Niclario hits the 3, but here's that quick transition offense. Saints can't fall asleep. Or Bard's going to pick them apart all day with those easy layups on the transition.
Yeah, you definitely see this as a team that likes to run and push the ball up the floor.
Now here's Miner, top of the key. Crawford gets it in for Hicks. Hicks dribbles to the center of the floor, takes a little floating jumper, and hits for 2, 7-2. And again, once again, Bard presses down the floor, looking for the easy basket in response, but Saints able to get back on defense.
Good shot there by Luke Hicks, averaging 8.6 points per game, 3.7 rebounds and 3 assists. So good jumper there for the first year to get on the board.
Now here's Rue, double teamed underneath. A nice pass from Justin Rogers over to Armando Dunn for the lay-in, and it's 7-4 St. Lawrence. Shooting percentage is a little higher in the early going for both teams here than we saw in the first game on the women's side. Here's Arnold, drives. Misses the basket, but they'll go up for free throws.
That's going to be against Elijah Rue, so it's going to be his first, team's first. Good dribble penetration there by Brandon Arnold. You kind of saw him hold off Rue a little bit and kind of seal him on his hip, and he was able to get a good look to the lane and force Rue to come over the top and commit the personal foul.
Arnold, an 80% free throw shooter on the season, 12 for 15. Make that 13 for 16. The sophomore from Middletown, Connecticut, misses the second. Raptors moving it around the perimeter, looking for an entry pass, can't find it. Now here's Rue in for Kularis. Kularis misses, and the Saints bring it back down the floor. Miner hits off his foot right over to Crawford. That's just fortunate bounce there for the Saints. Rolls over to Crawford, and he puts up the easy basket, picks up the foul on the way.
Tough break there for the Raptors as they looked like they had the turnover committed, but just kind of went through the wickets and rolled right into the hands of Crawford, who had an easy layup. And Bard trying to recover, commits the foul. That one's going to go against Rogers, and that's going to be his first, team second.
And head coach Adam Turner for the Raptors is going to take a quick timeout to talk things over. things not really going the Raptors' way here in the early going. Saints racing out to a 10-4 lead less than 3 minutes into this contest.
Saints off to a good start. 4 for 6 from the field. 80% so far. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And they've been able to neutralize the speed and up-tempo play of Bard so far here through the first 3 minutes.
You're really just the one transition basket after the made shot for the Saints kind of fell asleep on defense. They raced down the floor and got the easy bucket. And other than that, I mean, there's only been one other basket in the game for Bard. So Saints defense playing pretty well here in the first 3 minutes, other than that one time they fell asleep a little bit.
Yep, playing really good, and you watch Ben Crawford kind of, and they do that 2-3 zone. He's kind of down in the middle, roaming the paint. He's a wide body, pretty big guy. Goes about 6'3", but a pretty wide frame, so he's a good one to have down low.
That shot was blocked by Minor, but getting the rebound was Koulouris. And now it's the Saints racing down the court. Crawford cuts to the hoop, Minor finds him. And it's 13-6 Saints.
Little defensive breakdown there by Bard. And great job running the floor by Crawford.
That ball is out of bounds off Bard. And so the Saints will recover. Ben Crawford already with 7 points, 3 for 3 from the floor. Very effective so far in the early going for the Saints. We've seen this from Crawford. He can have these streaks where he just looks like he can't be stopped. And certainly a positive sign for Chris Downs in the early going here today against Bard.
Well, it was a great play by Crawford. It was just a hustle play to get the length of the floor, but also the recognition to find the gap, see the breakdown, and get himself to the basket.
Niclario misses on his second 3 attempts of the game. He made the first, and now here comes Bard once again, and it's a jump ball. Niclario did well to tie up Armando Dunn. We've seen this a couple times from Bard. They get underneath the hoop really quickly, but 2 or 3 Saints are converging on the ball, and they're not quite able to get anything done with that. And
well, you look at the 3 defensive players the Saints have down low. Chris Minor goes 6'6", Niclario 6'9", and Crawford 6'3". So those are some pretty big bodies guarding the hoop down low and stopping any of that dribble penetration.
Justin Rogers hits the 3 on the inbounds play, and St. Lawrence's lead is cut to 13-9. Niclario. Niclario really can play anywhere on the floor. Tremendous asset for a player of that height, and a great feed. Niclario with the cut to the hoop. Brandon Arnold recognized it and fed Niclario for the easy 2. Once again, Bard quick in transition as David Runcie gets the easy lay-in.
Yeah, a little defensive lapse by the Saints in getting back, and you're right, this Bard team can fly, and they like to push it. You get a basket, you got to get all 5 guys back on defense.
The foul underneath. Looks like Hicks was fouled by Runcie. No, it was
going to be Rue, actually. It's
actually,
going
it is going to Rue, his second.
His second, team's third.
So that's a big foul for Bard. 2 quick fouls for their leading scorer.
A little deja vu from the first game.
Absolutely.
So you look at Bard's women's top scorer. She picked up fouls, eventually fouled out in the third, and now Bard, men top scorer, has 2 quick ones.
Rue still in the game for Bard. And Brandon Arnold being guarded by Rue. And as a result, he had to lay back, and Arnold able to get the 2. But once again, Bard comes down the floor, and David Runcie is able to take advantage, scores the basket, and is fouled by Niclario. Looks like Niclario is going to come out of the game. His first foul of the game, as is Brandon Arnold. We get our first look of the day at Aleki Carrera and also Jordan Huntley for the Saints. So Runcie on the line, looking to convert the 3-point play. He does. Interesting there that Bard didn't have anybody underneath the rebound. They almost treated it like a timeout, having a conversation with head coach Adam Turner as Runcie was taking the free throw.
Must have some confidence in their shooters.
So St. Lawrence leading by 3. Just over 5 minutes into the first half of this one. Luke Hicks Finds himself alone underneath, but great recovery by Runcie to get a hand on it in the block. Now here's Runcie on the break. Tries to dunk, but misses. And Ruse there for the follow. And we got a timeout, injury timeout, I believe.
I think a couple players on the bench were for Bard were upset, but he wasn't touched going up. He just lost his handle and slipped and came down.
I think he anticipated the contact.
But he's going up for the dunk too, but he's holding his right elbow. But very, very fortunate to see him get up when players take hard spills like that. He went down really hard. But,
yeah, there was.
We'll see if he's able to stay in the game, but he wasn't touched, and there was no play by a defensive player foul on that attempt at all.
I don't know if I believe Bard actually called the timeout there to allow the player to get up, to allow Runcie to get up. Now, he seems to be the player that's down the floor every time. I think he's defending on the perimeter, and as soon as a shot goes up, whether it's in or not, he is down the floor. So the Saints will have to make an adjustment, recognizing that they can't have 5 players crashing the boards by any means because Runcie is going to be down the floor whether they make the shot or miss.
Well, Runcie gets down the floor, as does Armando Dunn. He's a guy that can run out in the wing as well for Bard. So, yes, St. Lawrence has to recognize that and just send somebody back a little quicker for help defense.
Now here's Crawford, already 3 for 3 in the game. That's his first miss, but tough shot. Rebound picked up by Jelani Bell Isaac. Now here's Bell Isaac on the perimeter, takes the 3, no good. Huntley on the rebound. Huntley, a first year from Washington, D.C. One of a number of talented first years on this team. Probably headlined by Luke Hicks. With the ball right now. Hicks has started all 10 games for the Saints. Here's Carrera with a behind-the-back pass to Minor. Minor got hacked by 2 players on the way up. Pretty pass from Carrera to find Minor open right on the left side of the hoop.
Well, tough break. That was a good defensive set by Bard. They got the shot clock down to 5 seconds, and then St. Lawrence just kept attacking. Good penetration, but yeah, it was a beautiful pass from Carrera to get it right into the hands of Minor. Good recognition to see him open on the block.
Minor hits the first. He has struggled from the free throw line this season. Now 20 for 38 on the year, so shooting just about 52%. Cale Sargent makes an entry into the game. I'm sorry, Dom DeRegis into the game for the Saints. So after I knocked his free throw shooting ability, Chris Minor hits them both for St. Lawrence. They now lead by 3, 19-16, just over 6 minutes into this first half.
Must have heard you.
Matt Thompson now in the game for Bard, as is Zach Jacobs. Underneath, Crawford thought he had all ball. He's called for the foul. Armando Dunn went up for the shot, and Crawford kind of flew around from behind, got his hand on the ball, and I think was called for the body contact, but regardless, Dunn will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, we'll see if Bard with Minor and Niclario out of the game, those two along with Ben Crawford were really the anchors on that low part of the zone. And those two are out. We'll see if Bard really tries to attack him without those length and size in there.
And Dunn hits the second. Also entering the game for the Saints now, Christopher Jeffrey, sophomore center from Norwich. 6'5". And here's Huntley. Huntley created a little space, but off the front rim. And Rogers pushes up the floor. Underneath, pass is deflected, but picked up by Bard. Now here's Rogers. Hits the 3, and that's Bard's first lead of the game, 20-19. Huntley looking to get things set for the Saints. Carrera now. Back to Huntley. DeRegis open on the wing for three. Up and good and fouled. Chance for the 4-point play for the senior from Janesville, New York.
Well, the rare 4-point play. You don't see that often. Great ball movement by the Saints to keep Bard a little bit off balance. And then DeRegis pulls the trigger and just got run over by Matt Thompson. That freshman gets his first, team's fifth.
DeRegis completes the 4-point play. And St. Lawrence leads 23-20. DeRegis, a 35% three-point shooter this year, one of the Saints' best players on the perimeter. Justin Rogers crashes the boards. Nice offensive rebound for the sophomore for Bard. And he'll go to the line for two.
That was pretty good defense by Christopher Jeffrey for the Saints, 6'5", forward from Norwich. You know, he's down low, kind of anchoring that defense around the hoop. They went right at him, and he was able to kind of hold his ground, get a hand on the ball, and come up with a good stop. Fortunately for Bard, they were able to get the offensive rebound.
Rogers misses the first. He is a 60% free throw shooter this season.
Bard leading the rebounding advantage, 9-3 so far here in the first half. They out-rebound opponents by about a 9-board margin.
Rogers hits the second. And St. Lawrence now leads by 2. So Bard took a brief lead with a three-pointer by Justin Rogers. But St. Lawrence, with a 4-point play by DeRegis, has retaken the lead about 8 minutes into this game. Carrera drives the hoop, loses possession for a minute. Crawford goes up and is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul's going to go on Jelani Bell-Isaac. It's his first.
I think some of the Saints looking to maybe get the call on the drive by Carrera. It was a pretty good first step, and the 6'10" player got himself to the basket. No call there, but the ball has fallen right into the hands of Crawford. And he's had some pretty good bounces so far his way here in the first half.
So Crawford already with 8 points in the game, looking for his 9th. Saints have 4 rebounds in this game. Ben Crawford's got 3 of them. And he makes the second and will head to the bench for Niclario. And here come the Raptors. Rue looks inside, finds Koulouris, and a little dip and a fake by Bell-Isaac. He's able to convert. Bard now trails by 2. DeRegis with a deep 3, front rim. And here comes Rue. No shot attempt. That's going to be a foul on the floor. I believe that's going to be on Jeffrey again.
I think Huntley.
Nope, Garrett Huntley. That's his first. And Huntley and DeRegis will come out. And Arnold and Hicks come in. And Miner comes in to relieve Jeffrey. So the Saints with almost their starting lineup back on the floor. Crawford sitting on the bench in favor of Carrera at the moment. Koulouris sends it over to Rue. No good on the 3-point attempt.
Good box out by Miner. Had good position. Was able to just get a body on Koulouris and come up with a key rebound for the Saints. I think that's going to go on Koulouris. That's going to be his first, so 7 fouls already against Bard, and we'll be shooting the rest of the way.
10:43 left here in this half, so Saints looking to take advantage at the free throw line, and Minor at the line for the Saints. Saints so far 7 for 8 from the line. Bard 3 for 5. Boy, with a shot like that, it's hard to believe that Minor has struggled at the line. He's 3 for 3, and they've all looked pretty smooth, Matt.
Right over the front of the rim. He's got good form, good routine. And again, softly rolls into the rim.
27-23, Chris Minor now with 4 points in the game, all at the free throw line. Good entry pass from Jacobs to Bell Isaac, but the shot does not go in. Saints with a couple handoffs, and Riley Niclario drives the lane. Luke Hicks finds him with a pass, and a nice easy lay-in for Niclario. 29-23 St. Lawrence.
Well, that was great. Great ball movement by the Saints. Just rotating the ball, flipping to each other, kind of little weave pattern up top, and then Niclario got open for an easy bucket.
Bell Isaac with a shot from the wing. No good, and Hicks picks up the rebound. Entry pass to Minor from Niclario. Minor goes up with it, no good, but Niclario with a quick follow.
That was a difficult tip by Niclario, but great job crashing the board. He's got long arms, he's got a wide reach. I think that definitely helped him just to able to get up there and use his 6'9" frame to tip the ball up and in. Great play by Niclario.
And Rue comes right back and nails a three. Now has 5 points in the game for the Raptors. Foul's called on the floor. So Rue's still in this game with 2 fouls.
So it's going to be an offensive foul against the Saints.
I missed who the call was on. Looks like it's Brandon Arnold on the offensive foul.
His first, team's 5th.
Nice steal for the Saints, and here they come in transition. Arnold with a nice lay-in off the glass, and St. Lawrence takes a 33-26 lead.
Great play by Arnold there. Just kind of got up in the air, turned his body to protect the basketball, and good kiss off the glass.
Rue just misses. He was almost on target with that, just rattled out, and it bounced off a Raptor player out of bounds, so the Saints will take possession. Ben Crawford back in the game for the Saints, but we'll have a timeout first. We're going to take a quick break. St. Lawrence leads Bard 33-26. You're watching Saints basketball on saintsathletics.com. Welcome back to Berkman Gymnasium. St. Lawrence leading Bard 33-26 in Liberty League men's basketball. Difference in this game so far, Matt. St. Lawrence 9 for 10 from the free throw line, and Bard 3 for 5. St. Lawrence getting more opportunities and cashing in when they have their chances at the line.
And cashing in from players that, as you mentioned, might have struggled from the line, but are definitely kind of righting the ship possibly a little bit here today. But some definitely good job taking advantage of those opportunities to the charity stripe.
Niclario puts it off the glass and in. A lot of points from in deep for the Saints. 35-26, St. Lawrence.
Pretty balanced scoring by both teams. A couple players with 9 for the Saints. Well, top scorer for Bard is with 7, so good balance. A lot of players getting on the score sheet.
And Elijah Rue with a nice shot off the glass himself to cut the lead to 7. Saints have done a good job, Matt, of stopping those transition opportunities after a few early on from Bard off both missed and made shots. as Crawford underneath misses. And Zach Jacobs picks up the rebound. And just as I mentioned, the Raptors come flying down the floor. But the Saints are able to defend. And that pass just goes a little bit too high from Rue. And out of bounds off Jelani Bell Isaac's hand. So the Saints will take position. That is the 4th turnover of the game for Bard. St. Lawrence with just 1 turnover so far in this game. Pretty clean contest as we're over 12 minutes in.
And that's probably an ill-advised pass, especially when you have somebody like Niclario down low playing defense with that long reach and long arms. Trying to thread that one in there is not always going to be successful.
Hicks had a chance at a 3. Good look. Missed, but in transition, Rue comes down the floor, gets fouled on the floor. And I think head coach Chris Downs was not as excited about the defensive play on that play as he would be maybe for the rest of the game so far. That was a foul that he didn't want to see. Raptors doing a good job with ball rotation, getting it around to almost every player on the floor, but unable to score on the shot. Niclario picks up the rebound. And here's Niclario for Hicks. Saints with their starting 5 on the floor. Arnold underneath for Minor, and Minor not quite able to collect that pass. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, a little bit low for Minor, but you know, one thing the Saints are doing is they're really having a lot of success with the dribble penetration. They've been able to get themselves to the glass and creating opportunities, very unselfish plays, but they've been really able to kind of penetrate against this Bard defense pretty easily here in the first half.
And a travel by Justin Rogers as he was headed for the hoop. One too many steps before he began the dribble.
He's got a real quick first step, though, but he just got a little bit ahead of himself right there.
A little too quick on the first step.
A little too quick, but that was a good call by the official right on the spot.
I've been watching a lot of 6th grade basketball, Matt, and they let him get away with that one.
We call it pretty tight in 3rd and 4th grade.
Hicks at the top of the key, just off, and Carrera able to pick up the rebound and just go up and dunk it home. Saints lead 37-28, 9-point lead for the Saints. Armando Dunn underneath the hoop. Got hit on the shot, so he'll go to the line for 2. Dunn, a 58% free throw shooter. He's 1 for 2 today. And this is the first off the front of the rim. Bell Isaac back in the game for the Raptors. And that one goes off front rim and in for Dunn. Dunn now with 8 points in the game to lead the Raptors. Riley Niclario with 11 points to lead the Saints. He's 5 for 6 from the floor. Hicks looking to set things up for the Saints. Not quite enough on that shot off front rim, but Minor able to get the offensive rebound. Ball's deflected into Crawford's hand, and he just missed the roller off his left fingertips. And here come the Raptors. Pass underneath for Dunn, and Dunn's able to lay it up and in.
Wow, that was a great catch by Dunn. That was kind of a high pass that shot up and looked like it was going to go out, but he just reached up, snagged it with one hand, and finished at the rim.
Dunn with a big wingspan. That ball's picked off by David Runcie. He slams it home. Bard cuts the lead to 4. 5 minutes left in this first half. St. Lawrence leads Bard 37-33. Both teams in the bonus with 17 fouls. Here's Hicks with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it in for Crawford. Right at the free throw line. Crawford loses a handle, gets it to Miner. Miner up. Shot was blocked by Rogers, and that's a shot clock violation for the Saints.
Good defensive set there by Bard. That was some pretty good battling going on down low with Crawford and Miner. And a good block at the rim, and also a good defensive play not to commit the foul as you're going hard to the basket.
So here comes Bard looking to cut this to a one-possession game. Dunn's fouled on the floor, but it'll be to 1-1 for the Raptors.
So Bard right now 4 of 7 from the line. Saints are 9 for 10.
Dunn misses the first. But Jelani Bell Isaac, it looks like the foul is going to actually be on Bard's Jelani Bell Isaac. It looked like he had possession there for a minute, but a St. Lawrence player must have had the advantage, and Bell Isaac picks up the foul. So instead of Bard shooting free throws, it'll be Chris Miner for the Saints.
Sometimes when you're fighting for a ball like that, when it doesn't have clear possession, sometimes the officials will let that go. It didn't look like it was too hard of a foul that time by Bell Isaac, but nonetheless, Saints go back to the line.
Miner now 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. Saints lead by 5. And the Saints employing Bard's tactic from earlier, nobody underneath to rebound. And why not? Chris Miner now 6 for 6. And of course, the way that Bard plays, make or miss, running down the floor, it might be a good strategy there just to have 4 players back and prevent that fast break opportunity from developing. Rogers nails a 3. And the lead is trimmed to 3.
The Saints have been impressive at the free throw line. 11 of 12. And that can make a big difference in a game, especially coming down the stretch if you can continue to hit those and convert those shots.
Now here's Hicks. Looks to drive, then takes a little jab step stop and hits a shot just beyond the free throw line for 2, 41-36. And Bell Isaac goes up. Crawford had position, and he's fouled behind the back, or over the back.
Yeah, pretty easy call there for the officials. Saints had possession. Dunn just climbed over his back trying to get the ball. Easy over the back call there for the officials. So Dunn picks up his first, and that's the 9th team foul for Bard here in the first half.
9 team fouls for Bard, but no one with more than 2. Rogers, Rue, and Bell Isaac all have 2. Brandon Arnold, the only St. Lawrence player with 2 fouls in this first half. And Crawford misses the front end of the 1-1. So a missed opportunity for the Saints, who have been excellent at the free throw line. Rue goes up a little out of control. And no fouls called. Now we see Cale Sargent for the first time of the day. The Ogdensburg native has worked his way into the rotation for the Saints. Got a few starts earlier on this year. And Crawford just a little bit out of control. Couldn't quite collect that pass. That's a turnover for the Saints. It's their 4th turnover of the game. 5 for Bard.
Yeah, good to see local players out here for the Saints. Cal Sargent, a tremendous career at Ogdensburg Free Academy, and a great ball player, good shooter, real scrappy, hard-nosed player.
And continuing a long tradition of local players for head coach Chris Downs. Certainly I remember from my time as a student, the Bardashevsky brothers were from Herman DeKalb were some of the best players that played during my time as a student.
Yep, John and Andy, two great players. Her father, Rick, a tremendous coach. Both had outstanding careers. Except they hated always calling their games on the radio. Trying to say those names over and over. It was for a long afternoon.
Here's Sargent, takes the runner as the shot clock's winding down. No good. Cleaned up by Justin Rogers, who fires the pass. I believe it deflected off a St. Lawrence player. 2:04 left in the first half. St. Lawrence leading 41-36. The Saints have led for almost this entire game. Justin Rogers hit a three to give the Raptors a 20-19 lead. But Dom DeRegis came back down the floor, hit a three-pointer, and got a 4-point play. Was fouled, got a 4-point play, and the Saints have led ever since. It's been a 5-point or more margin since the Saints had a 29-23 lead.
And Bill Isaac's got to come out of the game, and looks like he might be getting a new jersey. He's got a little blood on the back of his jersey. So get that cleaned up and get him back in the game. Now they're trying to check and see
if there's any blood on the floor or any other players.
Who's bleeding? Where'd it come from?
Here's Dunn, drives. Wow, that was not an easy shot.
Not by any stretch. That was a great finish by Dunn. Chris Miner can't ask for better defense than that. Moved his feet, got the player in front of him, bodied him up. Just a great finish by Dunn.
Here's Hicks, gets a screen from Crawford. And Dunn's going to pick up the foul. Hicks took a hard shoulder there.
So that's going to be his second. So now 3 players for Bard with 2 fouls. Rogers, Dunn, and Rue. Actually 4. Bell Isaac has 2 as well.
So the Saints in the double bonus now, so Hicks will take 2 free throws. 1:34 left here. Still working on getting Bell Isaac. It looks like they cleaned up his jersey, as he's still going to be wearing 23. It appears, yes, he will be. Hicks back iron on the first.
So Saints were 11 or 12 from the line at one point. They've missed their last 2.
Hicks hits the second, and it's a 4-point lead for the Saints. Now here's Rue driving on Huntley. Puts it off the glass and in. And the lead is down to 2. Here's Niclario back into the game for the Saints. Gets the ball at the top of the key. Got an illegal screen there, I think, from Ben Crawford. That's Crawford's second foul of the game.
The way Dunn reacted, he thought it was going to go against him, and that would have been his third, but dodged one there.
Less than a minute to play here in the first. St. Lawrence leads by 2. Jumper from the wing by Couloris is no good. Crashing the boards was Rogers. And he's fouled on his attempt. So he'll get a chance to tie things up here at the line.
Yeah, not much to argue there. Hicks definitely grabbed him from behind on the rebound and came over the back.
First one rolls in. And now Carrera back into the game for the Saints. And Bell Isaac back in the game for the Raptors. So tie ball game, 42-42 with less than 50 seconds to play. Saints may look for a 2-for-1 here. Hicks with a running jumper. I think that was a shot attempt, but it worked better as a pass. Chris Miner was right there at the side and able to lay it in.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a shot by Hicks, and just got a little contended on the shot and missed it, but Miner, good fall, good positioning.
It's about a 3 or 4 second difference between the shot clock and the play clock as we wind it down here in the first half. Rogers called for the charge. Nicely drawn by Miner, stood his ground, and Rogers bowled him right over.
That might be his third. That will be his third. So that's a tough foul to take with 13 seconds left.
That was a big call. I believe it was the right one. Miner really seemed to have the position there. He's had both feet planted, and Rogers drove right into him. So the Saints with a 2-point lead and 13 seconds left in the half. Niclario gets the pass, goes up off glass and in. St. Lawrence leads by 4, less than 5 to play. Here's Rue driving, kicks it out. Jacobs for 3, no good. So St. Lawrence has a 46-42 lead after the first half over the Bard Raptors here in Liberty League men's basketball. Matt, an entertaining first half. Really everything we were expecting, a lot of offense, a lot of points in transition for Bard. Riley Niclario leading the way for the Saints with 13 points and, you know, a balanced attack for Bard.
Balanced attack for Bard, but what a great play that was by Riley Niclario at the end, time winding down, using his speed, got down the floor, beautiful layup off the glass as he fell to the floor. Just a great coast-to-coast effort there by Niclario. He had a real solid first half. But both teams shooting the ball well. We knew they were two of the top shooting teams in the Liberty League. St. Lawrence shooting 51%, 16-31 from the floor, and Bard shooting 49%, 16 of 33, 48%, excuse me. So both teams converting shots and both teams running the floor. Entertaining first 20 minutes here from Berkman.
Absolutely. We're going to be back with the second half. We'll take a little break. We want to remind you that Saints Athletics broadcasts are brought to you in part through gifts to the St. Lawrence General Athletic Fund. And this is where you do your part. Visit alumni.stlau.edu/athleticsgift or click on the link above this video to make a gift to the General Saints Athletic Fund today. Once again, St. Lawrence leads Bard 46-42. We'll be back with the second half at Berkman Gymnasium. You're watching Saints men's basketball on saintsathletics.com. Welcome back to Berkman Gymnasium, where St. Lawrence leads Bard College 46-42 after the first half. An impressive first half offensively for both teams. St. Lawrence shooting over 50%, 16 for 31, Bard 16 for 33. And Riley Niclario, Matt, was really the leader for the Saints, 6 for 7 from the floor for 13 points.
Yeah, we talked about him in our pregame show, what it means to this program to have him back coming off that knee injury last year, and just the offensive weapons he has, the defensive weapons that he can use when he's out there. Just the leadership and everything about him. He's an unselfish player, and you've seen him really make a couple of great plays today. Defensively, on that zone, dropping down, getting his long wingspan in traffic, disrupting some passes, and also finishing at the other end. We saw him with time winding down, come up with a real acrobatic play to give Saints that 4-point lead.
Absolutely, it was a nice play. And Ben Crawford had a great start for the Saints, had 6 quick points. Really a player who, when he heats up, he can be a dominant player. He makes it look easy, and then if he can do that for extended stretches, that really bodes well for this Saints team.
Yeah, he got off to a great start, was really active on both ends of the floor, had some good rebounds, was doing some good things offensively, had a couple good bounces go his way that he capitalized on. Did the free throw line, just really had a solid first half. So again, balanced scoring for both teams. Both teams shooting over 45% from the floor, and a lot of different players getting in on the scoring. Another interesting stats I think looking at this too are points in the paint. 26-24 in favor of St. Lawrence. So you see both teams really attacking the glass and also pounding it down low.
And Brandon Arnold cuts to the hoop. Nice pass from Niclario, and just like that, the Saints take a 48-42 lead to start off the second half. Strong start for the Saints here in the second.
So Niclario finishes it in the first half, starts it out with a nice pass in the second.
Rogers delayed there for a second. Looked like he had an easy opportunity. Might have made it a little harder on himself, but still able to hit it, and cuts the lead to 4.
Wonder maybe trying to draw a foul there too. Had a good pump fake. He got Niclario up in the air, and then Niclario was able to just kind of shade off him a little bit and convert in the basket and not get the foul.
Tough break for Ben Crawford there. Fought hard for the rebound, but fell to the ground and his pivot foot slipped. So he gets a rebound and a turnover on that play.
Pretty good effort by Crawford, though, to put the ball on the floor to not cause the turnover as he's falling back. A lot of players don't think of that. They just kind of fall with it, but he had the presence of mind to try to put it on the floor at least and not cause the turnover, but fortunately his body hit before the ball did.
So Koularis kicks it out to the outside, and David Runcie hits the 3 to cut the lead to 1. You've seen Koularis a few times wide open on the interior, not attempting a shot. He does not look to get to the hoop very often, I don't think, based on what we've seen. Niclario up and in and gets the foul.
That was a great play started out by Chris Miner up top as he hit the ball at the top of the key. Found Niclario, who had got good position down low, and then we see a good pump fake by Niclario, then go up strong, draw the foul, and convert. Great play by the grad player.
So Niclario with his first free throw attempt of the game. He's 7 for 8 from the floor today. Niclario, a 60% free throw shooter. Hits it, and the Saints are up 4 once again.
Saints 81% from the free throw line. They were at 90% at one point in that first half, but they've been doing a good job taking advantage of those opportunities and converting those free throws.
And Rue picks up the foul. As you said, 80% from the free throw line, 81.3% today. On the season, they're 63.7. So head coach Chris Downs has to be happy with the free throw performance here today. But Rue will go to the line for the Raptors.
Luke Hicks picks up his second. First for the Saints in this half.
Rue misses the first.
So Luke Hicks, the first-year player from Clifton Park. 8.6 points per game, 3.6 assists, and we'll see if Coach Downs opts to leave him in the game. It looks like he will.
And Rue misses both. Miner gets the rebound. And here's Niclario on the perimeter, inside for Arnold. That's going to be, yeah, offensive foul. Arnold drove his forearm into the chest of the Bard defender, and that's his third, with 18 minutes to play here in the second half. Rue drives the lane, kicks it out for Rogers. Rogers called for the travel. I believe he did that once earlier in the first half as well.
Yep, he did that over right in front of the St. Lawrence bench. He's got that explosive, quick first step, but sometimes that step gets a little bit ahead before the ball hits the floor, and the official right next to him makes that call. And actually, it was I think the same one that made it in the first half. So again, he's got that first explosive step, but he's got to get the ball down first.
St. Lawrence Vice President of Communications Paul Redford asking me if I was referring to his officiating in the first half when I was talking about the 6th grade officiating. And no, I wasn't. Saints unable to convert. Now here come the Raptors in transition. Dunn goes up, lays it off the glass and in, and the lead is down to 2. This has been a tight game throughout. Bard led just one time, but rarely, certainly in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the first, as Crawford goes up, lays it off glass, no good. The last 5 or 6 minutes of the first half and the first 3 minutes of the second, the lead has been within 2 to 4 points for most of that stretch for the Saints. It's been back and forth, but Bard never really able to recapture the lead since leading 20-19.
And St. Lawrence doing a good job withstanding, any runs or potential runs that Bard has started to make. And again, they do a great job of getting free down low. Niclario has got some good court vision, finds another player down low. This time he hits Crawford. So as they continue to attack the low post.
Crawford now in double digits, has 10 points, 6 rebounds as he misses the second. And the Saints lead by 3. And Koularis turns it over as he goes up for the lay-in underneath. And the Saints look to build this to a 2-possession lead. Hicks gets a screen from Minor. Hands it off to DeRegis. Misses the 3. Crawford underneath, puts it up and in, and fouled on the way. Chance for a 3-point play for Ben Crawford.
Boy, Crawford again active down low. Quite a battle there for that loose ball on the errant shot by DeRegis. And the personal is going to be called on Merritt Miller. So that's going to be his first, but that was a pretty good battle. But Crawford came up with that and quickly got the ball up and in. So another good start. We saw him have a good start to the first half. He's off to a good start here in the second.
And he hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play. And the Saints lead by 6. Nice pump fake by Rue, but he turns it over right into the arms of Riley Niclario. Just got a little disturbed on the way in, and Niclario got a hand in there and just kind of pulled it right away from him. There's Minor, top of the key, thought about it. Now here's Hicks trying to get the edge, but he turns it right over to David Runcie and picks up a quick foul.
So I think that's going to be possibly the third on Hicks. It is the third on Hicks.
The third on Hicks.
So Hicks has 3. Arnold has 3, so 2 guards in foul trouble.
Still fairly early in the second half, 15:40 left. Rue puts up the floater. And it's like a foul on the rebound. That foul was on, I missed the call here. Ben Crawford, and that is Crawford's third. So Saints starting to get in a little foul trouble here early in the second half. Rue puts up the three, no good. Carrera goes up and over the back. And the Saints with 3 quick fouls in the last just about 15 seconds here.
Wow.
Already 5 team fouls. We're just over 4.5 minutes into this second half. Saints lead by 6, but Bard has to be happy with the foul situation.
Not sure who they called that
They put
on.
it on 14 on the board. I'm almost certain it's got to be 24.
There is no 14 on the roster.
Driving the lane is Dunn. And hitting the bank shot in and cutting the lead to 4. So now on the floor for the Saints, Huntley, DeRegis, Minor, Carrera, and Crawford. Huntley hands it off to DeRegis, guarded by Runcie. DeRegis has a ball picked off, and here's Runcie free and clear for the dunk to cut the lead to 2. And St. Lawrence is going to call a timeout to talk things over. St. Lawrence leads Bard 55-53 with 14:46 left in the second half. You're watching Saints men's basketball on saintsathletics.com. Welcome back to Berkman Gymnasium. St. Lawrence leading Bard 55-53. College men's basketball coming to you live from Canton, New York. As Chris Engel is fond of saying, the county seat.
A bit of a tough stretch there for St. Lawrence. About 3 straight fouls and then some sloppy play. And at that time, DeRegis with the shot clock down to 5 seconds. He had to try to make something happen, dribble in the traffic, turned it over, but you can't turn the ball over this team and let them any fast break opportunities.
So it's David Runcie on the dunk, and Chris Down had seen enough. He wanted to take a timeout. So now in the game for the Saints is Chris Jeffrey. He's got the ball, puts it off tries to put it off the glass, but it's slapped away. And Runcie once again in transition, and it's a tied ball game. Great block by Bell Isaac, and Runcie runs the floor. And we have a tie game, and that is a big call. Rue called for his, that's his 3rd foul. I thought he already had 3.
You know, you could really kind of see that foul coming. He was riding on Huntley pretty good up the floor, bodying him up. I think the refs were giving him an opportunity to kind of pull back, get off the body, but he didn't, and then he kind of jammed him a little bit in the back, and pretty good call.
Minor called for the offensive foul. Matt, I get a sense we're going to be shooting a lot of free throws in about 20 or 30 minutes here. 5 team fouls for both teams. Actually, I think St. Lawrence now has 6. St. Lawrence has 6, Bard with 4. So Bard will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the game. We're only 6 minutes here into this second half.
This could definitely slow things down at this pace. And it's been a pretty fast-paced moving game so far, but now with all these fouls and you start sending teams in the line every single possession almost, it's definitely going to slow things down.
So Rogers with 4 fouls for Bard. Bell Isaac goes up. It's blocked by Naclario, and here come the Saints.
That was great recovery by Naclario. The offensive player had just a step behind him, but Naclario with that long arms was able to recover and pin the ball off the glass. Great defensive play.
So tie ball game. Here comes Carrera. Spin move. Gets tied up underneath to DeRegis. Up and under the backboard. Off glass, but no good. Dunn fouled on the way up by Chris Jeffrey.
Over the last 2 or 3 minutes, Dunn and also David Runcie have really picked their team's offense up, attacking that glass and getting themselves to the rim.
So Dunn goes to the line for 2. He is 2 for 5 this evening. And he hits the front end. I think it was a 2-shot foul anyway, right? The players just kind of crashed, and I'm pretty sure it was a shooting foul.
Yeah, driving to the basket.
So Bard takes the lead here for the first time since leading 20-19, and Dunn misses the second.
But also more importantly, it's now the 7th team foul against the Saints. So Bard will be shooting the rest of the way with still 13 minutes left.
Here's Huntley. Huntley just inside the 3-point line, no good. And here comes Bard down on the break. And McLaren is called for goaltending on the shot by Runcie. So Runcie gets credit for the hoop, and Bard has a 3-point lead.
Runcie now is 16 points.
7-0 run here for the Raptors. Bard came into the game 6-3 overall, 2-0 in the Liberty League. Saints 5-5 and 2-1.
Brandon Arnold back in the game too for the Saints with 3 personal fouls.
Hicks has his pocket picked, and it bounced off his leg out of bounds. A turnover for the Saints. That's their 11th of the game. And we'll have another timeout. So Bard on a 7-0 run leads St. Lawrence 58-55. 12:34 left in the second half. We'll be back with more Saints men's basketball in a few moments. Welcome back to Berkman Gymnasium. Bard leading St. Lawrence 58-55. I apologize, it's actually a 9-0 run. St. Lawrence had a 6-point lead, 55-49 after a 3-point play by Ben Crawford. But it has been all Bard since that point. That was had to be about 4 or 5 minutes ago, Matt. It's been a long stretch without a point for the Saints.
It's been a tough stretch with fouls and also with turnovers, and Bard's been pretty active defensively, getting their hands on plays, not allowing much dribble penetration, causing turnovers and converting on the other end.
And that's Bella Isaac giving Bard their biggest lead of the game at 5 points. Brandon Arnold looking for space, guarded by Rue. Niclario on the perimeter. 3 is no good. Rebounded. I believe that's Merritt Miller. Rue puts up the floater, no good. Ben Crawford cleans up the rebound, and here come the Saints in transition. Arnold looking for room, can't find any. Kicks it out to Hicks. Hooks can't get the roll. There's 2 Saint players with possession and 1 Bard player with a hand over the shoulders, and it's a jump ball. And you can credit Merritt Miller with the rebound there.
Tough play, can't fault the effort by both Christopher Jeffrey and Ben Crawford trying to get the ball. With 2 players going after it, and
it's kind of a tangle of arms in there, and
Bard comes away with it.
Niclario with the rejection. Loris. And that back on the other end. Niclario with the 3. Defense turns to offense, and the Saints cut the lead to 2.
That's Niclario's second 3 of the game. That's a big bucket for the Saints. They were in a bit of a stretch for dry spell for 3 or 4 minutes, but all started by an incredible block by Niclario and then finishing with the 3.
And a great response from Jelani Bell Isaac, who comes right down the floor. Niclario gave him the space, dared him to take it, and he hit it.
That's a good answer for Bard, you know, to get a big play like that by the Saints to come back and drill one in. Stop any potential momentum the Saints might have been starting.
Crawford inside, tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Bell Isaac. Once again, Niclario with a rejection on Couloris. Riley Niclario, well, he just has 2 blocks. It looks like maybe he didn't get credit for a block on that one. Crawford misses the first, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in, and the lead's down to 3.
Great effort by Crawford not to give up on that play. Frustrating, missed the initial layup, but stuck with it, got the offensive board, and put back. Big bucket for the Saints.
Crawford goes up for the rebound. Over the back call on Couloris.
But Crawford doing it on both ends. He got great rebounding position there, got Couloris on his back. Big wide body, pushed him back, and Couloris had no chance but to try to go over to grab that ball. Another good effort there by the senior Crawford.
Can't say enough about that transition from Riley Niclario that really seems to have fired up this St. Lawrence team. A block on one end, comes right down the floor, gets the feed, hits the 3-pointer, and the Saints seem to be a little bit more inspired after that point.
And not just one block, but he's had a couple big blocks here. One he might not have got credit for, but it was still a deflection.
Arnold goes up. Crashing the boards is Chris Jeffrey and gets the follow.
What an effort by Chris Jeffrey. Not to go over the back, clean rebound, clean putback. Great effort there by the sophomore.
And the lead is cut to 1. Root wide open for 3. Front rim rebounded by Dunn. Kicks it out for Thompson. Matt Thompson, no good. Crawford had it, knocked out of his hands by Dunn. Goes up, knocked away by Chris Jeffrey, who is fired up. And the Saints have a chance to retake the lead.
What a stretch there. Bard got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. Looks like the Saints had it. They knocked it away, real active with their hands. And then a great finish there by Jeffrey to get the ball back into the hands of the Saints.
Hicks for 3, front rim. Jeffrey gets the rebound. And the Saints reset. Now here's Brandon Arnold. Uses a screen from Jeffrey to get some space, but unable to hit. And now here comes Matt Thompson.
I'm not sure that's the shot the Saints wanted. He was a little contested, a little bit outside the arc. I think they want a few more passes.
Nice pass underneath, but unable to convert is done. And Brandon Arnold comes up with it for the Saints. Saints once again with a chance to take the lead.
How about the minutes Christopher Jeffrey is putting out there for the Saints over the last couple of minutes? He's really been active on both ends of the court and has allowed the Saints to get back in this.
It's worth noting, Bell Isaac, this is his first game of the season. I'm assuming he was injured or perhaps, not sure what the story was, but has not played a game yet this season. Definitely a key player for Bard and a key addition here in the second semester here for the Raptors. Playing some big minutes and really, you know, a great player on the interior. Makes this team a lot more potent offensively for sure. And defensively, maybe even more importantly.
Again, he's a player, you know, similar to Justin Rogers, Armando Dunn, also David Runcie, that have those wide wingspans and really can cause a lot of havoc on the defensive end.
Minor with the entry pass to Niclario, and St. Lawrence retakes the lead, 64-63. Niclario with 21 points on the game. Crawford gets called for the foul on the floor.
That might be his fourth. That could be a big one with 7 minutes left.
It is indeed his fourth, and Adeleke Carrera is going to come in for Crawford. 7.5 minutes left in this game. St. Lawrence leading by 1. And Justin Rogers with 4 fouls of his own. Both Dunn and Rogers have 4 fouls for the Raptors. Dunn misses the front end of the one-on-one, and Carrera, fresh off the bench, gets the rebound.
Christopher Jeffrey gets a well-deserved break. Great play on both ends for the sophomore from Norwich. He really was instrumental in Saints getting back into this lead.
Hicks misses off the glass, and Minor unable to corral the rebound. Carrera with those long arms able to disrupt that pass. And shot clock's reset. Shouldn't be. And I think we're going to take a look at that, but certainly Carrera has some long arms to, as you mentioned earlier, Bard players with a lot of length. Carrera, one of those players as well for the Saints. Looks like there should be about 20, yeah, I was just about to say 24 seconds on the shot clock. That's what it's been reset to. Luckily we have Megan Gibson keeping the live stats, keeps things, when things like this happen, makes it pretty easy to correct the error. Actually, Megan Nichols, I need to remember.
She'll always be Megan Gibson.
Megan, one of Matt's star students at SUNY Canton before coming to St. Lawrence to join our staff.
She interned with me when she was a senior in high school. Came and joined the program when I was still working in athletics, or came to college for sports management, and then worked for me for a little bit and worked for Nate Hart as well. Excellent addition to our staff, and I'm really happy and proud that she's here with you guys. She's a great person. One of my all-time favorites.
We're pretty lucky to have her. She's now actually just starting her second full year. Riley DeClario from the outside gives the Saints a 4-point lead. That is his third three-pointer of the game, 10 for 13 from the floor. And that's a turnover. Saints really struggled there for a stretch, but ever since trailing 60-55, the Saints have gone on a 12-3 run. So very impressive response from the Saints. But this game is still very close and anyone's contest.
Well, we talked about the player, Christopher Jeffrey, coming off the bench, but how about the veteran leadership of DeClario, doing it on both ends, blocks, hitting threes, making buckets.
And then the youthful exuberance of Luke Hicks hitting a three and giving the Saints a 70-63 lead. Hicks just 2 for 10 from the floor, and 3 for 11 from the floor, but that's a key shot for the first year from Clifton Park, giving the Saints a 7-point lead with 6:36 to play. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Saints men's basketball on saintsathletics.com. Welcome back to Berkman Gymnasium. St. Lawrence leading 70-63 over Bard College. Second game of a doubleheader. Saints will host Vassar tomorrow. And Matt, as you mentioned, Megan Gibson, one of your former interns. We also have a student intern who's going to be coming to us from SUNY Canton in the second semester, Dylan Davis, who will be joining you tomorrow for the play-by-play, for the color commentary for both the men's and women's games against Vassar. So we've had a great partnership over the last couple of years, and we're excited to extend it with Dylan coming on board in this second semester.
Yeah, Dylan's pretty excited to come over again. Another good student of ours, and just a great guy too. Really professional, friendly, and good personality. So I think you'll enjoy having him in your office. And he's a hard worker, and I'm looking forward to working with him tomorrow.
Hicks with a hard drive to the hoop, picked up a loose ball, and really hammered on the way there. That's going to be a foul on Rogers, and that's going to be his 5th. So
that was a delayed whistle, too. I wasn't sure they were going to call that, but it was pretty obvious. He got hammered when he went to the basket.
A lot of contact on that play. Justin Rogers called for the foul. That's number 5 in the game for him. So he will finish the day with 14 points. He was 3 for 3 from three-point range, 7 rebounds in 21 minutes, and that's a big blow for Bard. Tough player defensively, great perimeter shooter.
Actually, check that. They're going to change the foul.
They changed the foul. The foul is going to be on David Runcie instead, and that is his first. So yes, a huge I didn't see who had the contact. Based on the fact that head coach Chris Downs doesn't seem too upset, I'm assuming it's the right call.
Well, and that's good officiating when you have any type of question like that, especially when you've got somebody with 4 fouls, a close game, time winding down. You want to make sure you get the call right. Those 3 officials right there did a good job of doing that.
Absolutely. Bell Isaac misses, and Declario picks up the rebound. Once again, 24 points for Riley Declario, 10 for 13 from the floor. And a couple huge three-pointers here in this second half. Nice pass from Hicks, but Arnold gets it swatted away, and Minor's going to pick up a foul on the rebound attempts with a loose ball. It's a nice drive from Arnold, but better defense from the Raptors.
So both teams in the bonus now. That's the 9th foul against the Saints.
So
7 against Bard. So
1 and 1 here, and then from here on out, it'll be 2 shots for the Raptors.
So that's a 3rd on Minor.
So Crawford with 4, Minor and Hicks and Arnold with 3 for the Saints, Rogers and Dunn with 4 for Bard, and Rue with 3 for the Raptors.
And Crawford comes back in with those 4 fouls.
Bell Isaac hits the front end.
He's a very aggressive defender, an aggressive offensive player. We'll see if that 4 fouls with 5:20 left changes his playing style at all.
So that free throw ended a 12-0 run for the Saints. Rogers kicks it out for Rue, fakes the 3. Rogers takes a 3 about 1 step behind the three-point line and nails it, and we're back to a 1-possession game. Saints lead 70-67. A three-pointer will tie it for Bard, but the Saints will look to add to their point total here.
Well, how big was the refs changing that personal foul, who we thought it was against Rogers, not giving it to him. Then he comes back and hits a big 3.
Declario with a deep 3, front rim no good. Rebounded by Rogers, and he'll bring it up the floor. Rogers now with 9 rebounds in the game. Nice pass from Rogers to Dunn, and the lead is down to 1.
Excellent court vision there. Seeing the open man, seeing a breakdown in defense, and delivering a great pass for an easy bucket.
Huntley gets it to Arnold. Arnold with a runner. Nice floater in. That's not an easy shot, but that gives the Saints a 3-point lead. Rogers fakes the 3. Rue inside for Bell Isaac. Rattles it home, and the lead's back down to 1.
Boy, nobody guarding him there. I was wide open. Easy 5-footer.
Right from the Liberty League logo. Huntley inside for Minor. Too deep inside, and Dunn gets a hand on that pass out to Niclario on the wing. So St. Lawrence leads 72-71, 3:27 to play in the second half. Luke Hicks back in the game for the Saints, and Niclario will inbound.
Hicks with 3 personals as well.
Here's Crawford. And now looks like Dunn's going to pick up a foul on the floor on Niclario. Yes, it is Dunn.
That could be his 5th.
That is his 5th. So now we do have a foul out for the Raptors.
You know, he argued a little bit about the call, but it was pretty easy. He just kind of reached out and it grabbed Niclario as he was coming across the lane.
So Dunn finishes the day with 17 points. He is Bard's leading scorer at this point. 8 for 13 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds. So a double-double for Armando Dunn, the senior from Queens Village, New York. But he'll spend the rest of this game on the bench. And that's 8 team fouls for the Raptors. So Niclario will be shooting 1-1. Niclario 1 for 1 on his only attempt today. Front rim rolls in. 60% on the season for Niclario.
I think home rim advantage there, as that one looked like it was going to pop out to the left and then just said, no, I'm going to go back to the right and give him a point.
So 2 big free throws for Riley Niclario. 26 points on the day for the graduate student.
He's had a spectacular day for the Saints. Made some big defensive plays with the blocks, some good assists, and also has proven on the scoring end.
And really from everywhere on the floor. Oh, Brandon Arnold had the rebound but loses possession. Quite a turn of events there. St. Lawrence loses possession. Justin Rogers goes up for what appears to be an easy layup, misses. The Saints get the rebound and then are fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line. Looks like it's going to be Minor. Foul's called on Runcie. So Minor to the line for the Saints. He's 6 for 6, but it's been a while since he's taken one. First one is good for Minor. Saints 18 for 23 from the free throw line, 78.3%. Minor hits them both. And the Saints have a 5-point lead with 2:59 to play. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well. St. Lawrence 76, Bard 71. Late in the second half of this one. You're watching Saints basketball on saintsathletics.com. Welcome back to Berkman Gymnasium. We've had a great game here tonight, between the Bard Raptors and the St. Lawrence Saints. St. Lawrence leading 76-71, just under 3 minutes to play here in the second half. Bard has held the lead a couple times in this game, once early in the first half as Rue misses a long three and Minor picks up the rebound. And they led by as many as 5. They were up 60-55 here about halfway through the second half, but the Saints responded with a 12-0 run. Entry pass to Niclario is intercepted, and here comes Bard. Bell Isaac kicks it out on the wing for Rue, who hits the three, and the lead is down to 2.
So Rue now with 10 points, under his average of 19, but that was a big three and a good kick out. On the previous offensive set, good idea to go to Niclario. You just got to get that ball a little bit higher over those long arms of the Bard defenders.
And here's Hicks. Pull-up jumper, no good, and Rue gets the rebound, and Bard comes down the floor with a chance to tie it. Or take the lead, a three-pointer, no good by Rogers, and Niclario cleans up the rebound. And here comes Brandon Arnold. Coming down to crunch time, 1:35 left in the second half. Saints lead by 2. Hicks on the perimeter, over to Minor. Minor in for Niclario. Two-step roll. One-handed shot up and in from the lane, and the Saints take a 4-point lead.
That's your veteran leadership right there. That's who you want to get the ball into his hands. He wants the ball, he's going to carry you, and he's made some spectacular plays in the second half, and that was just a big play from your veteran to boost up to a 4-point lead.
28 points, 11 for 15 shooting for Niclario. Just an impressive day for a player who's had a very impressive career here for St. Lawrence. Season high in points. Previous season high was 24 against Clarkson. Ties the season high. He had 28 against RPI back on December 1st.
Just an all-around great game. 28 points, 11 of 15, 3 three-pointers, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, pair of assists. He also has a steal, so that's a pretty good stat line.
Some impressive performances also from Ben Crawford with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Crawford with his third double-double of the season. And once again, Armando Dunn has fouled out of this game for Bard. If you're just joining us and wondering why he's not on the floor, that's the reason. Also in foul trouble for the Raptors is Justin Rogers. He's got 4. For the Saints, Ben Crawford has 4. Several players with 3, but with just 1:18 to play, unless this game goes into overtime. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. And now
Bard's got some players that's the score, but losing Dunn is definitely a big one. He's their second leading scorer, just over 16 points, shooting nearly 60% from the floor. So the big 6'5" forward, not on
Rue
the floor.
puts it up. Minor with the block. And Arnold gets the loose ball. Now 1 minute to play. The Saints lead by 4 and have possession. Possession arrow also in favor of the Saints. And Rue called for the foul. That's his 4th. So now that does become an issue as Bard will likely be looking to foul here down the stretch. Arnold will be shooting 1 and 1.
Boy, Aaron, we've seen some great defensive plays by the Saints here after they kind of withstood that rally from Bard. Niclario's had a couple big blocks. Minor's had some great plays. Crawford's had some good plays. Christopher Jeffrey had a big block earlier when he was in the game. And those were just some great things that have allowed St. Lawrence to hold on to this lead.
And Arnold hits 1 of 2. So now a 5-point lead. Rue brings the ball up the floor. Raptors will look to score quickly. Rogers may have gotten a piece of it. Luke Hicks may have gotten a piece of that on the way up. And Minor is fouled underneath, gets the rebound. 45 seconds left. The Saints lead by 5, and they'll be shooting 2 the rest of the way. I believe the foul was on Rogers, correct?
So that's going to be his 5th.
That is Rogers' 5th. So 2 key players for Bard now out of this game. The Saints lead by 5 with 45 seconds left to play, and Chris Minor is headed to the line to take 2 free throws.
So both teams over 10, so 2 shots each way over the final 45 seconds. So Keep in mind, too, Elijah Rue, he's out there playing with 4 personals as well.
So Minor already 8 for 8 from the free throw line on the day. Started the game with a 51.4 free throw shooting percentage. That certainly is going to improve after today's game. A little too strong on that one. I shouldn't have said anything, Matt. Hopefully head coach Chris Downs doesn't watch this tape later, or I'll hear about it.
Better you than me.
Minor off the front rim. So the lead's still 5. Bard with a chance to cut this lead to as little as 2. Bell Isaac no good. Minor once again on the rebound. Over to Niclario. Back to Minor. Saints playing keep away. And they get it to Hicks. And a timeout is called, I believe. Or is it a foul? I think he called timeout. Hicks was expecting that a foul was going to be called there, and it's probably a good thing he called timeout because I think he would have been called for a travel. If it wasn't a foul, it was a travel. If he called timeout before, because he definitely took 2 or 3 steps there with a lot of arms coming at him in every different direction.
That was pretty impressive by Bard not to foul. They had 3 guys surrounding him slapping at the ball, and not one foul.
But a smart timeout from Hicks.
And it could have been a half-court violation, too, as the...
the clock's down to 21. Good point. We have just 1 second to get the ball across half court. They still have just 1 second to get across half court, I believe, right, Matt?
I believe so.
I have to see what the... I'd have to read my rule book. We'll see what happens, I guess, right? This is what happens when we spend all winter at the Appleton.
Absolutely. Switching gears, switching rules. I'm just glad I haven't called an offsides or an icing yet.
St. Lawrence's men's hockey team, exciting action tonight. I can promise you I'm not going to be awake for it, unfortunately. 11 p.m. Eastern Time, they'll be facing Air Force at the Ice Vegas Invitational. First time St. Lawrence has played in Las Vegas, an exciting tournament to be sure. Great opportunity to get St. Lawrence on a stage that you normally don't see St. Lawrence playing in Las Vegas really in anything. So great opportunity to get the team out there, and we'll see how that tournament develops. But right here at Berkman, St. Lawrence leading by 5, 26 seconds left. And it looks like they do refresh the 10-second opportunity to get across.
After a timeout.
And there's Niclario for the easy land. That's now 30 points for Riley Niclario, a season high. And that's going to just about do it. Rue misses a 3. Niclario wrestles away the rebound. They call a jump ball, and that'll be Saints possession. So 10 seconds left. St. Lawrence leads by 3.
Yeah, so they do reset the 10 on the timeout, but they were very close to having a 5-second inbound call. And Niclario on that previous play before he scored just got it off in time.
Well, it's good defense by Bard, certainly not giving up. Almost had the Saints on a turnover a couple times, deep, trailing by 5 with 40 seconds left to play. If they're able to get that turnover, convert either a 2 or a 3-pointer, it's a 1-possession game. But the Saints able to close this one out. Ben Crawford's going to go to the line for 2.
A couple of missed opportunities for Bard. They had some good looks at those threes, just couldn't convert down the stretch, and St. Lawrence came up with the big rebounds.
Crawford gets the roll.
St. Lawrence has out-rebounded Bard, 44-41, including 11 on the offensive end.
And the clock winds down. Runcie puts up a 3, it's good. And with 3 seconds left, it's a 5-point lead. And they inbound to Hicks. Clock runs out. So that'll do it for today's contest. St. Lawrence beats Bard 82-77. Saints improve to 6-5 overall, 3-1 in the Liberty League. Bard falls to 6-4, 2-1. Matt, an impressive performance from Riley Niclario today.
Yeah, you can't say enough about what he means to this team. And again, we've talked about him coming back providing that leadership, providing that veteran presence that's out there. He'll do whatever he needs his team to do to win, whether it's making up